And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Meathead Manual. I am one of your hosts, the meatiest meatball in the fucking world, Mr. Adam Garcia. Coming at you next to me is my good buddy, my compatriot, my fucking compadre, Mr. Andrew Harris. Say what's up?
Howdy.
Fuck yeah! I think we have a good episode for you guys today. For us today, we're going to be talking a little bit about sleep and what I like to call sleep maxing. Okay, and because have you ever heard of clavicular?
Yeah.
Sadly, right? Now, mind you, this is the detriment of having a lot of like attention on the internet. Is you end up getting rapscallions like that guy. Fucking. But like he always goes by looks maxing, so I coined the phrase sleep maxing. Because there's a lot of things that I like to do to kind of make my sleep as efficient as possible. Now, before we go into that, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. That's a fucking understatement, everybody. It's an understatement.
Well, it's like we had a good week of lifts. Finished off a little sweet. How good?
It was good. Keep going.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, had a good week of lifting. Got to hit a PR squat, and it felt good. Just been dealing with lower back issues and have been kind of stemming from my hips. My hips are a little shifted, a little tilted. Mm-hmm. So my lower back is having issues. So I gotta work on that. But like the muscles, legs feel strong.
Yeah.
So it's one of those 606 felt good. It didn't move as fast as I think it can. But it still moves really well.
Yeah, but I feel like in that instance, I feel like one, with everything that you've been going through, the fact that it moved as well as it did is a big plus.
Yeah.
606 is a huge PR for you, right? Or is a really big PR for you just in training. Now we're gonna smash something bigger when we get to Vegas.
That's right.
Next weekend. Now,
Not next week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Sorry.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Sorry. Time maxing. This is the next.
The next subject.
But like at the same time though, it's like it's rightfully so. Towards the end of a prep and peak, yeah, we're not able to move weight as fast as we want it to. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, there are some people who are like, take for instance, in my last competition, in my last prep, like bench and deadlift were just not moving very well at all throughout all like the whole prep. Then when we came into the actual meet, deadlift moved fairly well. Mm-hmm. Bench, but
Yeah, I mean it's encouraging because we in training we never really got close to these numbers. In competition, yes, I had, but in training, like it was, we never hit close to 6. I think max we did was like 570 something in training before the last prep. So I was like, okay, like that's pretty encouraging.
oh yeah, no, it definitely shows. Not only like it doesn't only just show your progress, it also shows a lot of like a little bit of a roadmap of like how we can go about your training moving forward.
Yeah.
I feel like the couple of months that we did where you were just doing like bodybuilding movements or like just like not even having a bar on your back.
Yeah.
Mind you, like I think the thing that we learned as we went is that the strength is a skill thing. So I feel like if and this is my thing, I feel like if I introduced you to squatting and benching or squatting and deadlifting, benching is always in your program anyway.
Yeah.
But like squatting and deadlifting, if we reintroduced it a little bit more efficiently, and what I mean is I need me. If I had actually introduced it a little bit more efficiently and actually did it just a little bit more, if we did a little bit more timely, I feel like we definitely wouldn't have hit the hiccups that we did, but I mean, that's okay. We were able to bounce back and still progress.
Yeah, well, I think that was, one, that's all part of kind of the relationship coach athlete, as you grow, you should be kind of figuring out these things of like, all right, what works best, what doesn't, you know. And I think too, this one just kind of crept up on us really quick.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit, we're like 12 weeks out, we gotta start moving.
Yeah, it truly, it was like, and that's my fault too, because like I was like, actually, like, strangely enough, Jordy and Chelsea, two of my other clients, they are doing the August 15th meet at the at STS, and like in my head, I'm like, okay, so August 15th, we have time, and I'm like sitting there, and then like sitting in the car actually today, doing Jordan's programming. I'm sitting there, I'm like, August 15th, hey, hold on, and I'm sitting there and like
figuring out.
I was like, oh fuck, they're like 4 months away. Okay, okay, all right. Noted.
Yeah.
All right. So these next 2 blocks, pretty much, we gotta kind of like hone some shit. But then after that, it's 8 weeks of fucking prep and peak. So better get after it now. That's awesome though, dude. Like 628 moved really well. 606 moved really well. Next week you still have your last heavy bench. We are going to be like doing some slight dynamic work going up to the meet, just because I want you moving. Yeah, more and more. Like, I'm like like I'm hearing this a lot, and I think that it has some really good like base to it. Because I remember Jen would always talk about how like, oh, your last heavy squat, you move your last heavy squat at least 21 days out, because it takes so long for you know, to recover and stuff like that. But as I've seen it so far, is that like that everyone always does the last week. Like no activity, or like basically like very limited activity. And for a while it kind of helped, it kind of worked, but like now it's like, no, dude, like you have to move.
Because I look at it a couple ways. Mainly I look at it as a CNS. Because if you're taking a week off, like, you know how it is when you come back from vacation, you have a week off vacation or something like that, you're like, oh shit, everything feels really heavy, and it's only been a week. I think a lot of that is the CNS. The CNS has to ramp back up, and you don't want to be trying to do that in comp.
Yeah.
You know, so you want to keep that CNS fired up and going like, okay, we're still ready and prepped and ready to go.
Exactly. Because I can tell you right now, like, yeah, when I did that, I didn't like one of the meets. I think it was either my 2021 meet where I did in wraps, or it was the 1900 pound total one that I did before when I had my nerve issue.
Yeah.
Either one of those, that's where I was like, okay, that last week, all I'm doing is cutting, and I don't fucking do anything. And then I came in to try and like squat and start doing something. I was like, fuck, this all feels like shit. What the hell? And then it all went to shit. But
yeah,
that's neither here nor there. And honestly, like, yeah, the way that the weights are moving, and I feel like with the tapering of the squat and deadlift going into the next 2 weeks, is definitely going to give you a little bit more cushion in your bench press. So we're going to see a pretty big bench going into this next week. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
you're doing it.
You better.
Doing the thing.
I'm gonna be yelling at you the whole time. fucking go.
Do your thing.
Do your thing, dude. Come on.
Move the weight. Come on.
All right. So, with that being said,
how are you?
I'm actually. I feel good.
Yeah.
Like my bench actually, everything is moving very well, right? I'm really liking the undulating and conjugate style that I've been doing.
Yeah.
I deadlifted 760 for a triple
Fucking
last week, and it was great. And it was the one that it was like, that was the number that was like, because like how I've been doing things lately is trying to go off of the numbers that I want to hit at the Ironman meet.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll go onto my RPE calculator and be like, okay, so I need to hit at least close to this in order to know that this is going to set me up for that weight, right? So 760 just so happened to lie on if you hit this, that's a perceived max of 850. And when I heard that shit, I was like, all right, fuck it,
let's do this.
Let's run it. And honestly, it moved better than I thought it was going to, because beforehand I was like I like pulling up to like 600 pounds. I was like, oh, shit's moving, hell yeah. And then pulled 672 and then 716 and was like, oh,
Hold tough.
well, that's all right. That's fighting back a little bit. So we'll see. So, and that was the first time I've actually done like a fairly big, like it's not the first time, but it's like I'm always cautious with my with my deadlift jumps, just because like I remember one of my last jumps that when I got my nerve injury was I went from 705 and then Keith lowered 782 and was like, go for it, and I just was like, what the fuck. But like, yeah, I went from 716 straight to 760 and was like, dude, grip and rip that shit, dude, straight off the fucking floor.
Yeah, moved really well.
Bench is starting to move a lot better now. I'm kind of changing my hand placement to where, you know how everyone does the reverse or the reverse grip or like side grip?
Yeah.
Right? What I'm doing is I'm grabbing the bar and I'm like externally rotating my hands or like rotating my hands just enough to where the bar is kind of like pulling down on my thumbs and then low, right? And really squeezing with the pinky in it, right? And that is just aligning my elbows so much better.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, because when you do that, it puts that bar right across here, which then aligns your forearm through your elbow. So when you're benching that bar, you're not sitting there with your wrist pulled back and the bar is sitting here, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of the idea is you're stacking your wrists.
I feel like I'm actually kind of like slowly putting myself into more of like a neutral grip position, and it feels really good.
Yeah.
And then of course, like obviously, like something happened, and this is like it's so strange. I've strained my quad squatting before, and I've tweaked my hamstring deadlifting. I've tweaked my back deadlifting. I've strained my pecs. Lord help me, how many times just from fucking benching. But I've never once strained my quad benching. And I just so happened to have done it yesterday because I was doing close grip. It was my SBD day yesterday. I did banded SSB squats into heavy RDLs, 4 sets of 7 at 485, and then into my close grip, which was a 3x3 at 370. Not too hard.
Yeah.
But the moment I set my feet down and started driving against the floor to really like go, and it was my second set, I was like, boom, I was fucking getting it, dude. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, here we go. This is what I was looking for. And then I got up and I just felt my leg, I felt my quad, and I was like, what the fuck is juice, dude? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
What happened? And then I remember that Scott Mendelson actually tore his quad benching. So I was like, all right, it can happen.
Yeah, it can.
So I'm gonna assume I just probably had a really bad cramp,
Yeah.
right? And it's just lingering, and I'm just gonna pound a lot of electrolytes and just fucking get a good night's sleep this week, because guess what, buddy?
Yeah, you got a big week next.
Max effort bench is tomorrow, and then I'm resting, and then fucking come. And then come Wednesday, it's 3 rep max of a competition style squat.
Yeah.
So,
Big week.
yeah, fuck it, dude, whatever. Anyway,
On this shit.
damn straight I am,
Yeah.
because if I can walk away from the Limerick meet out in Ireland, if I can walk away with that, because if I hit the numbers I want to hit, I'll walk away with a 2133 pound total.
Fuck.
And that, I take that back to here, and I go, guys, I totaled 2133. They're gonna be like, okay, that's cool.
No, we're gonna throw a parade for you, Dan.
So, all right,
I know it's not the funny part about this. Is
dude, it's so individual. It's so individual. Like I've definitely had moments where I've like I'm at work and people are like other people will come to work at our place. We get new hires, and like people will be like, oh yeah, that's Adam. He's a powerlifter. And they're like, oh, how heavy do you lift? And every time I tell them my numbers, it's always the same thing. they either do one of two things. They either say, why? Or they go, oh my God, you're going to hurt yourself. And it's like, fuck, dude, hey, guess what? Nothing hurts more than self-hatred, right? That's why we fight against it. So, but like, yeah, it's the truth. Like, I can sit here and be like, dude, yeah, I squatted, like, take for instance, I tell people, I'm like, oh yeah, I squatted 738 at the last competition. They're like, that's cool, man.
Cool.
Can you help me get this patient out of bed? And, yeah, you're right.
Cool story. Can you actually do your job?
Yeah, seriously. Before we get into this, because I took some notes.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, just to kind of like feed whatever. Do you want to talk about what we were just talking about earlier, or do you want to do it after?
Let's do it after.
Okay. Welcome to it, guys. That's how we plan our episodes.
It's really well thought out.
Hell yeah.
It's a long time planning this, you know, show notes and everything.
So, today, guys, we're going to be talking a little bit about something I like to call sleep maxing, right? So, Andrew, what is something that you do that you think, or no, what's like the first thing that you do that you go, okay, I'm getting ready for bed. This is what I do.
One, I got to make sure that my room is cool, where I'm sleeping is cool. So I'm very hot.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big things is all right, make sure I got my fans on or whatever, you know, well ventilated, or if I need to turn on the AC, I'll turn on the AC. Because I know if I don't have that temperature controlled, I'm gonna sleep like shit.
Yeah.
You know, so then, you know, and I need to be better about this, but the other thing is turning off all the electronics. I put my phone in a red light mode, you know, because the blue light is a lot more harmful than red light. So that if I do need to, like, oh shit, I forgot to set my alarm, and I gotta like look at my phone, it's in at least red light mode.
Yeah.
I wear blue light walking glasses starting in the evening, you know, so that at least blocks some of that blue light, so you can kind of start to adjust, let your circadian rhythm get back. Be like, oh no, okay, yeah, it's nighttime. Let's try to start getting ready for sleep. You know, those are some of the main things. But,
Okay. So I like to break down sleep into pre-sleep, or like way pre-sleep, and then obviously like the actual act of going to bed. In a sense that, like, just like you, which is something I actually need to be better at, is I need to, like, at least an hour or two before bed, stow all electronics, all that stuff. Because it's like, so the blue light also too, but it's like the
stimulus.
The constant stimulus is just going to keep you awake.
Yeah.
Now, are there any supplements you take?
No, but there are ones that I should take, that I know I should take, but I don't.
Yeah. So we're going to go into the biggest one, right? Magnesium.
Yeah.
So magnesium, one of them being glycinate, that's the one I take, right? I'll take about 1.5 grams of magnesium glycinate. Now, understand that that's a very high dose. I'm a 275, 80-pound man. The extra magnesium and all that's going to do is just help me relax even. Like, it's going to help me get to the efficacious dose for me to be able to actually relax.
Yeah.
The normal dose that most people can have, even like anyone above 19 years old, from what I was reading, is around 400 to 450 milligrams. That's like the quote unquote high end, right? And so, big thing that magnesium does is it in glycinate in itself, because you have like
there's many different types of magnesium. They do little different stuff in the body. Like you have citronate, which is good for your gut health.
Yeah. I mean, it'll make you poop if you take too much.
Full milk of magnesium.
Oh yeah.
There's so the one that I used to take for sleep was threonate. This Dr. Andrew Huberman would talk about it. That was his recommended form of magnesium to take for sleep. because it passes the blood-brain barrier. And I can't remember if glycinate does or not.
From what I see, that all it does is just really, it helps with the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay.
So what it'll do is it increases the amount of GABA in the body, which will reduce the excitatory or excitability throughout the nervous system, which will then promote relaxation. But it also regulates a lot of, and this is glycinate. So it regulates your melatonin. It blocks excitatory signals, and then it also reduces mental tension, which also too, for all of you that struggle with a little bit of blood pressure issues, you'd be surprised how just a magnesium supplement will actually help very well with blood pressure.
Yeah.
And then obviously 3 and 8 helps it cross the blood-brain barrier a little bit easier than glycinate.
Yeah.
Citrate, which is the one that a lot of people will actually buy as like kind of like to help them go to the bathroom if they're constipated, which is called magnesium citrate. Excuse me. The reason why it does that is because citrate is the fastest absorbed.
Yeah.
And again, you want to mind, for those listening, you do want to mind the amount that you're taking, because it like the horrible side effect of taking too much magnesium at once, if your body is not like suited for it, or if your body is not ready for it, is you end up doing what I call peeing out your butt. And now I'm telling you, out of experience, it's not fun to pee out your butt.
No.
It really isn't. Do you enjoy it?
No.
I don't think so. And especially, you don't like.
No, I like a good quality poop.
Yeah, so do I. And also too, location, right? If
That's
you,
true.
If you end up peeing out of your butt and you're like, oh, I'm.
The whammy.
If you end up just absolutely dominating the bed with pee out your butt, then well, now you have a bunch of clothes you got, or you can try and run to the bathroom. But either way, now with that being said,
Yeah, sometimes.
it's not fun. So you obviously want to titrate it up. When it comes to magnesium, you also want to really know that you should probably take it around 30 minutes to an hour before you go to sleep. And then it takes about 2 to 4 weeks for it to fully saturate, and you can get the full benefits of it. Now, going off of what you were saying, you like to keep the room cool, right? So studies have shown that the optimal room temperature to have your room for the best sleep quality is anywhere between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, for any of you that actually have any significant others that live with you, my wife in particular, I like to call her a lizard.
Yeah.
My wife is a lizard.
If she could bask in the sun while she sleeps, she would.
Exactly. She, like, if I put the I remember I came home just a couple days ago and I was like, what the hell, it's hot as hell in here. And I went to the thermostat and she had set the house to 75 degrees. And I sat there and I was like, what is it? She's like, uncomfortable. I'm like, how? Like, I'm sweating already. Mind you, I'm a fairly large man, so it's like understandable. But so we compromised. I keep the room at 70 degrees. 70 is perfect, right? The only time also too, which is actually one of the big benefits of magnesium, is what it helps with the muscle relaxation, excuse me. And what that ends up doing is actually helps with lessening, in conjunction with the room temperature, it'll help lessen your likelihood of having to get up in the middle of the night. And which was the first thing I noticed when I first started taking magnesium glycinate. Within the week, it was literally like, because I would wake up at around like 2 or 3 in the morning just to go to the bathroom. Yeah. Because I drink a lot of water, but now I sleep through the whole night. You know, and again, when I wake up after the alarm goes off, go to the bathroom, piss for like 17 hours. But it's just that is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so part of it is so when in the process of going to sleep, your body temperature actually drops. So that's part of the process of your body going into that sleep cycle. So you have to have the room that supports that. There's two ways that really help with that is, because where you lose most of your heat, feet and head.
Yes.
So one of the big things is making sure, like if you're one of those people that struggles cooling down, but you're also like get cold, having your feet exposed helps.
Yeah.
Which, you know, and sometimes it's scary because the monsters that come bite your feet.
If you
If
sleep,
you have your feet exposed, those monsters are gonna come to lick your feet. It's so weird though.
dude, the boogeyman is like, oh, it's just
Yeah, finally his feet are out.
suck those toes right now, dude. I will say though that like there are some that like I've tried to sleep with my feet out, and I immediately like, nope,
You're like, nope, this feels weird.
just like tuck, nope, tuck it in.
But it does help. Like I've had to do that before, where it's like, especially with like, I've been in some places where I didn't have AC or anything like that. I was like, trying to do everything you can just to cool down a little bit, and it's, like putting your feet out helps a little bit.
Yeah.
The other thing too is your head. So having a pillow that helps with cooling also is a big one, because you lose a lot of heat from your head. So if your pillow can get hot really quick if you have the wrong pillows.
Yeah. Hence the reason why whenever you flip the pillow,
It's like, oh, it feels so good. It's the
amazing.
best feeling ever. You flip,
Amazing.
you go, or like you shift, you're on one side of the pillow, you shift the other side, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's nice and cool.
So exactly. So going into this now, the turning off all the electronics and blocking out the blue light, that's a form of sleep hygiene. So this is the next thing, right? And which is really hard for me.
Well, I think it's hard in modern society where, I have to be on my laptop for schoolwork, or we're editing videos at night because that's when to sit down and do that stuff for the business, stuff like that. Or you're working on programs for clients or responding to clients. It's like, it's hard because we're so attached to these devices, these electronic devices. Or then it's like, at the end of the day, you're like, I just need a little bit to be able to shut off. Let me watch my favorite TV show. So it's like it's so hard to, turn off all these devices before it's time to go to sleep, because it's like, either we're having to work or like the little bit of leisure time we get, we're like, I just want to shut up and watch a TV show.
Yeah. I definitely, that's definitely my issue is, so as a kid growing up, I was heavily afraid of the dark. Mm-hmm. So I always slept with either a nightlight or a TV on. Mm-hmm. And that has been something I've done since I was really young. Right. And so now I can't think of a time I've ever not slept with the TV on. Mm-hmm. I've literally gone out and bought a TV to put into my barracks room because it didn't come with a TV. So I was like, well, I need to have something to sleep. So that's another form of really bad sleep hygiene, is because the extra light and the extra noise. The extra light and the extra noise is going to hinder your ability to fully reach that deep sleep, right? Another thing would be you should honestly turn off all lights. Your room should be pitch black dark.
Yeah.
Right?
Darker the better.
Yeah. I read somewhere, and I've heard people talk, that red light will actually help with sleep as well.
Well, I don't know if it helps with sleep. Well, so red light therapy before, like in the evening, could potentially help. But just looking at red light because it doesn't hit your eyeballs the same. Yeah. And it doesn't cause the same reaction that blue light does. Blue light is kind of like your body's telling it's still daylight out. Yeah. So it doesn't affect your melatonin production from your brain. It doesn't affect also your night vision. Yeah. You're still able to see at night. That was one of the big things, when we were operating, we always operated at night, is we'd always use red light. One, because you couldn't see it very far.
Yeah.
very far away, so it was a lot more tactical. But also, you would maintain your night vision, which was always big when you're operating at night.
Yeah.
You know, you'd want to have as best night vision as possible. I'm not talking the night vision goggles, but actually your vision at night.
Oh, of course.
So that was always one of the big things, was like, you know, trying to adjust for that. So red light does not affect your brain the same way a blue light does.
Yeah.
So having things in red light mode makes a big difference.
Because that was actually what I was going to say, is that when I was in the Navy, you know, they play taps and then immediately
everything to red light.
turn everything to red light. And honestly, that, like, because we have a lamp that actually turns, you can turn the colors or whatever. Like, we haven't set to red because it's like, oh, you know, it doesn't affect sleep very much, but also too is that, like, for me at least, it reminds me of me being back on the ship sometimes. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, just seeing, like, having red light on, it makes it easier for me to walk around the room. But it's also too, it's like, I did have instances of really good sleep while I was on the ship, mainly because, again, it would rock you.
Yeah.
You'd be out to sea and just rock you a little bit, and just like, but with that being said, so one thing that I haven't done yet that I really want to is I want to get blackout curtains.
Yeah. I know, that's one of the big things. I'm like, that's next on the purchase list.
Yeah, because like I have blinds, but they don't stop a lot of it too, and so it's like, it's only because there are certain times where it's like, actually it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, but the sun is completely out, you know, and like, so the reason why we talk about this is because there's like certain circadian rhythms. Now, circadian rhythms are like the body's natural rhythms for sleep and awake cycles, right?
Yeah.
And so from what I remember, the natural circadian rhythms are anywhere between 10 to 6 or 11 to 7. Those are like the best times for sleep. Now, mind you, everyone's different. Everyone has different,
Yeah.
like,
Modern age is kind of different because, you know, there's people that work at night. You know, we're able to stay up a lot later because of lights and everything like that.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody starts work first thing in the morning. So, you know, so there's a lot of different schedules that we're on.
Yeah.
Now, the people that work at night, I'm sorry, but you're gonna be fucked as far as your sleep goes. Like, it's a really tough gig.
For me, sorry.
And they know, like, they've done studies on it. And it's like most people that do night work, they struggle.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, like, so the blackout curtains could help very much for you guys that work overnight. But I'll tell you right now that I used to work a night shift. My like first couple months on deployment was the night shift, and that was 7 at night to 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
And yes, you are right. It was fucking terrible. And just that time and just having to stay on watches and stuff like that has, like, to this day, fucked my sleep.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I still wake up to this day. Sometimes I'll wake up in a panic thinking I missed lunch. Yeah, and it's been years.
The long-term effects that shit has. Oh.
Dude, it's been years now. So with that being said, so everyone has everyone has different circadian rhythms. What I would say is a good rule of thumb is shoot for 7.5 to 8.5 hours a night, if you can. Now, what I don't have, what a lot of people do have, is like either the what was it? The ring that, or your watch.
Or ring.
Yeah.
The watches have it.
I don't know why I was gonna call it a Nuva ring. Is that something?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's Oura ring.
Okay. Yeah, so the Oura ring, the Whoop, the whatever, and that will track your sleep score for you. And I don't have one, but that's my next room of purchase, is that I'm gonna go and get one that'll track my sleep. So this way I can truly be like, okay, you know, because like as time has gone on, I can tell you right now that my quality of sleep has been something that I've been starting to get very, very, quote unquote anal about, because like, as I've gotten older, I've started being like, okay, well, I need to max out somewhere. So I'm like, let's max this out, and then really try and push sleep as best as we can.
Well, it's kind of the next thing, like, all right, like, you know, diet's been pretty good. All right, we got that dialed in, you know, we're taking those supplements, you know, the programming's good, you know, maxing all that stuff out, drinking enough water. So then it's like, okay, I'm doing all these other things. What's the next thing I need to really get focused on and figure out? And sleep is what's funny is, you know, all these other things are great, but they probably don't matter as much as sleep.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Which is the funny thing. We focus on all these other things, but it's really the sleep that makes the biggest difference.
Oh, very much so. During that time, your growth hormone is at its most active, in a sense that it's doing the most to repair you. Real quick, and this is for a lot of you guys that are out there that are your enhanced lifters or your enhanced people, understand that when you take things like exogenous testosterone, steroids, mostly like steroids, is the steroids in itself will actually take up your melatonin receptors.
Yeah.
Right? So let's talk about melatonin, right? So melatonin is really good to take for helping you kind of like lull yourself to get ready for sleep.
Yeah.
If your sleep hygiene is not great, the melatonin won't fully work.
Yeah, well, it helps you go to sleep, but it doesn't keep you asleep. So if you're a person that, like, the problem is that you wake up throughout the night, melatonin's not the answer for you.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's those people that have problems falling asleep is where melatonin would probably be a good thing to add in.
Exactly.
But if you're struggling to stay asleep, there's other things you got to look at.
Exactly.
To fix that. And so, but I think the problem is a lot of people go and they're like, just take melatonin, it'll help you sleep. And it's like, you got to understand it only helps with a certain part of sleep.
Yeah.
And then also I always look at it as I don't want to rely too much on stuff to sleep, you know, because what if you're traveling, what if you know, have accident, whatever. You know, I don't have to rely on things to sleep. I want to try to figure out, all right, how do I do this without, I may use something interim.
Yeah.
But I need to figure out, like, how do I do this and not have to rely on it?
Yeah.
That's the hard part, is like, because you don't want to rely on melatonin every day, because then it's also going to shut down your own production of melatonin.
Yeah.
And so then now you've become reliant on this to sleep.
That's definitely, so yes, that's definitely what happened with me while I was on deployment.
Yeah.
Because again, going through deployment, it was really fucking hard to sleep sometimes. So I took melatonin, take upwards of about 20 milligrams a night sometimes, or a day technically, because we were going to sleep a day. But this was something that I learned from one of the doctors that I follow on Instagram. He's also like, his big thing is that he issues like, oh, okay, if you're needing help and you are a bodybuilder powerlifter that uses things, send me your blood work, we'll talk about it, and I can set you on the right path to at least keeping you safe, right? And he even talked about too is that like, because the androgens take up and will take up the melatonin receptor, he was talking about how 20 to 40 milligrams to try and help you sleep is actually going to help, because like for most people you could just take 5 to 10 and you go to sleep, but because for the more enhanced lifter that is taking stuff and those taking up the melatonin receptors, you're going to need an abundance more to be able to actually have the effect you want. But it is the truth, because after I got done with deployment, I tried to sleep without melatonin.
Yeah.
And at least for me, it was a nightmare. It got to the point where I was definitely like, oh fuck, I need to sleep. I'm gonna take some NyQuil or I'm gonna take some ZQuil, and it was not. Guys, don't do that. Don't be me.
Yeah.
So those are a lot of the stuff. Now, the other things on top of that I've been doing to kind of like help, and this is more of the exogenous stuff, is I have recently introducced growth hormone
Yep.
to my regimen outside of retatrutide. Is that so growth hormone in itself? I'm doing now HRT, not just TRT, HRT. So testosterone and growth hormone replacement, and that is helping me with sleep, mainly because, again, growth hormone will actually works the most when you are asleep, so it's going to help you go to sleep. Makes sense? Yeah. So there's other stuff you can take that will actually kind of like you can max out on that too, on the peptide side.
Yeah, there's a new peptide. I can't remember what it's called, but a lot of people have been talking about it to help with their sleep.
I can't remember. I only know of one, and that was ipaneron.
Yeah, but that's growth hormone related.
Yeah, because I remember taking that.
Yeah.
The lighting, dude, was awesome. Like, I honestly, that is what I used after I got back from deployment, because it was so hard for me to get to sleep.
Yeah.
And my friend, a friend of mine was like, "Here, try this," and I was like, "Oh, okay, sick." And then fucking
Yeah. That's growth hormone related, so that's why it works so well. So one of the other ones I wanted to talk about with sleep is this little devil right here.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, I forgot about this.
Because caffeine, but that's one of the, we all rely on it so heavily,
Yeah.
but it really affects your sleep
Heavily.
big time, especially when you take it. And like you get your pre-workout, part of the ritual before workout is you get your pre-workout, and it has 200-300 milligrams of caffeine. And if you're working out in the afternoons, guess what? It's gonna affect your sleep. It's gonna affect how you sleep. So that's a big one, is knowing your caffeine intake and kind of looking at that and having an honest conversation with yourself of like, am I relying on caffeine too much to get through the day? And like, it's a vicious cycle, because it's like you drink caffeine, gets you through the day, then you can't sleep, so you don't sleep very well.
Yeah.
And so now you need caffeine to then get you through the day again.
Yeah. I'm not perfect. I definitely drink a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
I'm not making excuses. My job is just, I have to move people. So, and I have to be very aware of what people are doing. I work with not just the elderly, but with I guess the insane now, because that's what my facility is doing now. Where so like now we're just seeing a lot of crazy people. It's it's bonkers. But so it's like if I know if I'm like low or I'm tired, then I definitely get sluggish, and I don't pay attention to shit. Now, mind you too, here's another thing, which is a big double-edged sword for caffeine. Right? Caffeine, especially for those that are neurodivergent who have ADHD, caffeine is a stimulant. It helps with your symptoms. This is a version of self-medication, right? So by that I mean caffeine does not produce the same exact effects that it does for everyone else. I know that there are people who will drink caffeine and be like, "Let's fucking go, I'm ready." Whereas, at least I know for me, when I drink it, I get I mellow out. I'm very able to focus, and here it is. I'm here right now, right? So, with that being said, I've definitely had moments where I've had long days at work and then had to go and train someone, and then I was able to train. Mm-hmm. And so then I would drink an energy drink, or I drink some pre-workout, and then realize like halfway through, like I'm drinking half of this, I look at the clock, it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Should I do it?
And you know what? Hey, sucks to suck, but it's a trade-off I have to fucking take.
Yeah.
Your boys, if you're, I'm gonna be looks maxing and trying to fucking absolutely dominate a fucking barbell. Hey man, I'll fucking.
Yeah. But I mean, also, is that what we have to tell ourselves is what's helping. You know, that's always the kind of, yeah, thinking about though, is like, because like, you know, for the longest time, my pre-workout ritual was to drink some pre-workout. Like that was part of like going to the gym. It was like, I'm drinking my pre-workout to get ready for the gym, you know? And it's like, how much of that is like, oh, I need this, to how much is, this is just psychologically what I do to get ready. And it tells my brain it's time to get ready. Is it actually giving me the boost that I need? Or is it, you know, the placebo effect of like, I'm telling myself we're getting ready.
Yeah.
You know, so I always kind of wonder about that of like,
Oh yeah.
is it really helping, or is it just something that we do because this is what we think helps?
Yeah, but at this point now, I can't even answer that.
Yeah.
Because I've been slanging and banging my now here's the thing though. My caffeine consumption has dropped significantly. When I tell you guys the amount of caffeine I was taking in a day, you guys would be like,
how are you like?
What the fuck? Like it was bad. And I'll take that. As time has gone on, I've definitely learned how to caffeine max. Okay? So that's my thing now, right? I get fucking stuff. It's just thing.
Max everything.
Yeah, max everything. But like, it's the truth. This stuff, like, but then again, it's like also too, have you ever met someone that doesn't drink any caffeine ever?
I'm pretty sure I have, yeah.
And like, cause I've met a couple people like that. They're like, I don't drink caffeine. I'm fine. And they just go about their day and they're able to just be like, do. All right, I'm gonna go to work. All right, I'm gonna go to the gym right now. And I look at them and I go, how?
It's kind of one of those things, is like, if you've never done it, then it's like, you don't really need it.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I fucking,
You know,
drank the fuck out of the Monster Energy drinks, dude.
but it's always one of those things until you get introduced to it, and it's like, you're fine.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, once you have it, it's like, I have it.
Yeah.
And they're so fucking tasty too, that doesn't help anything. It's like, oh, I like the flavor, I like, you know, just drinking carbonated drinks that taste good.
Yeah.
You know, half the time that's it too.
Honestly, why I drink these.
Yeah.
They taste so good. And
So it's like, it is one of those things that's so addicting, and it's so built in, ingrained to all we do. But it's like, it can very much affect, go back to the topic of how your sleep is and everything like that. Like, and then also something people don't talk about is, it is a vasoconstrictor. So it actually can affect your workouts. You may not get as good a workout. You may not get a good pump during the workout.
I need the bomb.
You need the pump.
You need the
to pump you up.
That's
You
like,
know,
yeah.
so it's like one of those things. It's like, is it really helping you, or is it just that mental side of it helping you to get through it? Like, you know, maybe you don't need all that.
Like, you're right. Because I've definitely, like, to add on to that, I've definitely had moments where I've been like, I'm tired, crack open a fucking thing and immediately go, I got this. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like, what is it? Pavlovian response, where it's like, the moment I crack one open, I crack a cold one, dude. The moment I crack a cold one, I just look at it and I go, I'm gonna smash the shit out of this right now. And then I go. One thing that I will say, which is I believe is a side effect of Retta, is that I do have a hard time drinking these.
Yeah.
Now, they make me very acidy refluxy, so I will have to either share these, or like I could drink one a day and be like fine.
Yeah.
Right. But the moment I drink more than one, I'm definitely like, hey, do you want to share this with me, or hey, do you want to drink the rest of this? Like it, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that is one of the nice things about these GLPs, is they're very good at breaking addictions.
Yes.
A lot of people are noticing that, like, they're stopping alcohol addiction, stuff like that. So that could be part of it. It's just like your body's like, I don't no longer need this. So I used to.
Yeah.
You know. So, but yeah, it's one of those things that's caffeine. It's become such an ingrained part of our lifestyle, and like, especially lifting lifestyle. It's like, of course, you know, you see all the fucking people on the internet mixing their monsters and then pre-workout, more monster, and it's just like,
No, I don't do that. Yeah, I can't do that.
oh, that's so terrible. I mean, I remember CT Fletcher when his his supplement brand came out, I was taking his stuff, and I remember, I started off with 1 scoop. I remember the first time I took it, it was like I went to the gym and I didn't blink for 3 hours. So I think it was like 350 milligrams, 400 milligrams of caffeine in there. And then I remember like I got to the point where I was taking 2 scoops, and it was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And it is just, then I look back and like,
How are we alive?
that's the hardest thing ever. And then it's like, oh yeah, I wonder why I couldn't sleep at night.
So, for those of listening, big rule of thumb when it comes to caffeine. Caffeine has a 5-hour half-life, right? So what by that I mean is if you take 200 milligrams of caffeine in 5 hours, it'll have 100 milligrams of caffeine. Then 5 hours after that, with the 15, blah, 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 then it'll be out of your system. Now, the rule of thumb that I have heard from a lot of people, or at least from what I was told, and it's something that I'm going to be honest with you, I've tried, and it is what it is, right? But the best time to stop caffeine consumption is anywhere between 12 noon to 1.
Yeah.
That way,
You get rid of your caffeine, get it in before that time period.
yeah.
And by the time you're going to lay down to sleep, it should be for the most part out of your system and not affecting you.
Exactly, because I know for a fact that anyone that's listening is a fucking caffeine junkie. I know for a fact all you motherfuckers, 100 milligrams won't even get your dick twitching. So, fucking, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, and then also the other side of that is the safe amount you can consume, on a daily basis, and potentially not have heart issues and stuff like that, is 400 to 600 milligrams. But,
you mean the nerds told you that shit? If you want to be fucking cool, you're slamming a gram. All right. No, that's bad. Now,
so take that into consideration, because your pre-workouts, they're getting a little bit better. I think they're starting to reduce down to like 200. But I mean, I know some, it was 350, 400 in a serving.
yeah. One of Kelly's, I think Kelly's nephew, his name is Tyler. His name is Tyler. I can't remember if he is Kelly's nephew or he's related to Kelly in some way. But with that being said, yeah, he had this one pre-workout that had 400 milligrams of caffeine in it, and I remember taking it and being like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Now, anyway, well, so with that being said, moving on, what I would tell you guys right now is if you guys are wanting to really maximize your efforts on sleep, look into a magnesium supplement. Take that shit a half an hour to an hour before you go to sleep. Invest in blackout curtains. Clean up your sleep hygiene. So no electronics. Put them in a drawer or on a nightstand away from the bed, and turn off the TVs, right? There's other things that you can do as well, like
replacing your light bulbs to candlelight, so that at night, even if you have your light on, it's like candlelight, so it's very similar to like how it used to be back in the day. There's a lot of things like that you can do.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about like changing your lights out to candlelight, and it's just like you in like a fucking friar's robe just writing scrolls or just like fucking
thou shalt lift.
On this day I can remember as clear as night, clear as day, starting you fucking scribble it out like shit, fucking anyway. So that too, you can also invest in something like either a white noise machine.
Yeah. There's apps too. I actually used to use this for a little while. Brain FM was a good one. It would play white noise, but there's also certain frequencies. So I know that's something that's been researched a bit recently. The frequency, like you can have different frequencies that tap into certain parts of your brain and help you sleep. So Brain FM has stuff like that where it's like white noise. but with a purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, white noise helps out a lot. That's why I love my fan, because it's like, it's got some noise to it.
Yeah.
Helps drown out whatever outside noise there is.
There's also something that I learned actually from my brother. My brother Julian was huge on this. And at a very young age, I was like 17, 18 at the time when my brother was like, you need to listen to this. And they're called binaural beats, right? You could get binaural beats that are like produce certain frequencies that will help your brain like go into
Different sleep cycles.
And if you look on YouTube, there's actually like full on like black screen binaural beats that you could play. That way, if you're like me who likes to keep the TV on, I can at least play that. The screen goes dark and it's like something playing. And they're like 10 hours long, so like
Yeah, more than enough for
yeah. So long as you have that like that YouTube Premium. Sorry guys, but yeah, if you have the YouTube Premium, if you don't, then you're gonna be like,
Get yours today.
yeah. You're hearing some nice little tunes, and do you struggle with
Do you struggle with erections?
do you struggle with anal leakage? Here's how you deal with it. Take toilet paper, shove it deep in your rectum. You're welcome. And then back to the show. I'm like, no.
Yeah, you get ads.
So like that's one way to kind of help with like continuous. So if you continue to need noise in order to go to sleep, I'm definitely one of those guys that will like if I try to sleep in a completely silent room, dude,
Torture.
I'll start
That's
hearing
torture.
shit. I'll start hearing shit like
Your brain starts going.
Yeah.
Fucking just fucked.
And remember that like sleep in itself is a lot like sleep in its for itself is a lot like anything else in a sense that it's not just to be done the moment you're like, okay, I gotta go to bed. All right, let's start doing all this. No.
Yeah, prep.
Yeah, you have to prep and do a lot of stuff prior to. There's a lot of people that have talked about like taking melatonin. Do you take melatonin like 2 hours before and then 30 minutes before, and that's how you fully get the full effects of it. And it's just so be patient with yourselves, but also to like get yourself into a schedule or into a routine where you know that like, okay, it's this time I need to starting to wind down and start getting everything to bed, which means you have to have, and this is for you guys, I know you guys are adults, you can fucking do this, you guys have to start setting times for bedtime. You need a bedtime.
It's your bedtime, guys.
It's your bedtime. Turn it up to the bed. Yeah, exactly, and I know. Trust me, you're like sitting there, you're like fucking, like for me, I just got Space Marine 2. I'll be sitting there fucking like, oh yeah, dude, let's kill some fucking aliens and shit. Yeah, for the Emperor.
Go to the slaughterhouse.
That's right, dude. And then like next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, it's 8 o'clock at night. I should really start getting ready for bed. But I know the other part of my brain is like, dude, what's an hour more?
Just a little bit longer.
Fine, dude. No.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'd say start with one thing and build up to doing more and more and more. Like I do, like I teach people nutrition. If you try to just completely change everything, you're probably gonna end up not doing it. You're like, this is stupid, fuck it. And you go back to the same slide. So start with one thing, pick something like, all right, let me do the blue light. Fix that.
Yeah.
Start with one thing and then build on that. I think it'd be a lot better, easier to create those habits around it.
Yeah.
Don't just try to be like, unless you're one of those people that can do that, where it's just like, all right, I'm changing everything right away. Most people can't. Most people struggle with that. So just pick one thing, start with that, build on that, go forward.
Very, very much so. So, yeah, by all means, if you got also too, we are open on our fucking Instagrams. If you want to just send us a DM on like other stuff that we do to help with sleep, fucking feel free.
Yeah.
We're pretty nice.
For the most part.
Try to be nice as best as we can.
I get a bottle of dick.
Now, that's payment. Now, I'm going to go into a small little bit and then we'll call it from here. But like, this is something that I saw in the gym. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
It's not so much of a pet peeve. It's just mostly something for a food of thought. All right, food for thought for everyone that's listening. And this is something that I've learned as a time of not just being a coach, but also like in my time of just competing. And that is, so I was in the gym and I'm not naming names, but I was helping someone with their bench press. They asked me to spot them. I was like, okay, so spotted them. And they're like, oh, I'm just trying to see if this new position that I'm trying to work on is actually going to work for me.
Yeah.
And see if it worked. And I remember that was the first thing I went, okay. And he had this one rep. It was super easy. He went up a little bit heavier, came off the chest, and then he just immediately went, nope. And then I had to take it from him. Now, two things. The first thing for all of you that are trying to implement something new, if you decide to implement something new and you're like, I'm going to give it a shot, that probably is not the most efficient way to do that, mainly because what you're going to want to do is actually go, hey, I really been thinking about changing I'm like, oh, I don't know, I want to go a little bit closer with my grip on bench press. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what you're going to do. You're going to take the weight down and you're going to truly work into it, right? And you're going to actually try it for more than just one session. You actually want to try it for more than 1 week. You actually want to try it for a couple of blocks if you're really trying to change something.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, too, as well as that, like there are certain things, like if you're mobile, like take for instance going from closer to out, like which is what I did. I went closer to out, and I immediately was like, nope, my shoulders are not mobile enough for me to be able to do this. So I immediately switched back. So I can understand. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get where the thought process is, but it's like if you really want to be like smart about it, what you would do is go, okay, so it's the beginning of the week. I talked to my coach and said that I want to start working on trying to bring my hands in a little bit more. Okay, so we bring the weight down, we bring the percentage down, and you actively start working on it. And then the big thing is that after you've gotten to that point of actually like pushing and starting to get to that point of understanding, you start to see a little bit of the weak points. Okay, like take for instance, if I wanted to change it back to the wider grip. Okay, my shoulders aren't mobile enough for that. Okay, so we turn around and we start working on that mobility.
Yeah. Because it's not saying that it wouldn't be potentially long-term better for you, but right now I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, approaching it of the, let me just see if I can max out and see where it's at and see if it's better for me. Like, that's such a terrible approach to it. Like, one, you're just asking for injury because
exactly.
You're trying to max out on a new movement pattern that you've maybe only done a few times.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. But yeah, it's like, okay, one, what are you trying to accomplish? Two, max out is never going to be the answer for anything.
Exactly.
And three, he probably didn't even talk to his coach, consult his coach or anything. He's probably just doing it on his own. Just like, I'm just going to do it and see.
Yeah, if I were a bet man, I'd probably say he probably is doing this straight on the fly and was like, hey, I want to try it.
Yeah. And it's just like, you're just...
It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, you're just asking for disaster. And then, then you like mess up for whatever your coach has planned. I don't know. It's just, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's ego. It's all it is. It's ego.
Now, mind you, what I'm about to say also too, so that part is the truth. If you're going to try something new, implement it and slowly progress it. And progress it over a period of time. That way you can truly give it the attention and the respect it deserves. And that way, if it's like, no, I don't like it, and you have the right now. If you are going to do something and you do want to see like what the potential is, why not fight? Hey man, okay, so so this is just my critique of like exactly what I saw. He hit this one and then went up 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And then 10 pounds, got it right to the chest, started coming off. It came off the chest fast. The moment it came off the chest fast, it went, nope, and then it just dropped it. Hey guys, take the thought of like trying to do something new off the table. I've always been a proponent of, if you're gonna try and be good at this, you have to learn how to fight.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to fight some of this weight. And it's like, I get it. A lot of people are like, well, I'm afraid that if I do this, I'm going to get hurt. Yeah, there's a possibility. But guess what? If you don't at least try and fight it, you're never going to know whether or not if you actually have the strength to do it. And also, too, there's a lot of data in learning how to fight, like, underweight. You can learn where your weaknesses are. You can learn how your brain and how your body processes your movement and your position holding while you're doing something super fucking heavy. I mean, fuck, dude, if you're gonna fucking go for a fucking third attempt, are you not gonna fight? Are you not gonna fucking fight? Like, what the fuck is juice, dude?
Yeah. I know. I saw the events that you're talking about, and it was just like, what the fuck?
Dude, like,
What was that?
You know, it's like, I have no problem spotting a person. I have no problem taking the weight off of you. You fucking, but
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
I mean, I just kind of give up, but like, all right.
I better see you fight, dude.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many times I remember once I gave Chelsea a weight. And Chelsea, I'm being serious. I love talking about Chelsea. Chelsea is an anomaly of a woman.
Yeah.
In a sense that, like, I've given weight to people and they've been like, I don't know, this seems really hard. Or I've given weight to Chelsea and Chelsea's just like, and that's it? That's all you want? Okay. Whatever. And she just goes and yeah, seriously. And then she just goes and hits it. And when she rides, dude, she fights.
Yeah.
And then she gets it, she'll sit up, hair a mess, fucking beat red, she'll go, yeah, that's pretty hard. You fucking psychopath. Now, do you have to be like her?
No.
Not exactly. But what I'm saying is that, hey, you chose a hobby that very much goes, hey, you're gonna strain. You're gonna have to strain. You're gonna have to really push yourself. And it's that mental, finding the quote unquote mental dog in you to be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna hit this. Because then you take that, you go into the accessory room, you go and hit your accessories, and I'm only guessing it's like you're like, well, I'm pushing myself on accessories. If your accessories are nothing more than an RPE 7, you're not pushing yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you end up plateauing, you get frustrated, you go from coach to coach, and then you just get done with the sport after fucking 2-3 years.
Okay.
Whereas, no. If you want the results and you want the weight that you're trying, if you want the weight, the results, the fucking all that shit, the size in the muscle mass, you're gonna have to bleed for it. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
That doesn't come easy.
It does not. And that means sleep maxing, guys. So let's go back. I was kidding.
See, back to original.
But like that's
Yeah.
it's not so much of a pet peeve. Because it's like, I get it, you know what I mean? It's like, I can understand the psychology that people have when it comes to trying to make sure that they don't hurt themselves. Because like, at the end of the day, this is just a hobby, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how will you know what you are capable of unless you push yourself?
And like, knowing this person, seen this person live before, they're strong as fuck.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so it's like, you know, it's like you see the potential in somebody like that, and you're like, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah. Exactly. The dude. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. Now I am peeped the fuck up. Like, this dude is strong as shit. This dude squats a fuck ton. Great fucking deadlifter as well.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened? It took me by surprise too. You saw me.
Yeah.
It took me by complete surprise. He just was like, nope. And when he started dropping, it's like, well, I fuck. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But it's like that. It was like that one UFC fight when Jorge Masvidal like kneed Ben Askren in the face. Do you remember that shit?
No.
You didn't see that? Mm-hmm. Oh, dude. Like going up through the whole fight, like getting up to the fight, Jorge Masvidal was like and Ben Askren was like talking shit to each other just like any other. But what Ben didn't know is that like Jorge's team and him were like studying how Ben always did his fighting and stuff like that. So they watch tape, dude.
Yeah.
They strategize and watch tape. Well, turns out they found out that like almost every fight, Ben does this certain move where he'll like immediately shoot for the legs tonight. So Jorge knew that. Start of the fucking fight starts, and like Ben starts to run up, and as he's getting ready to go down to shoot for the legs, Jorge runs and just jumps and meets knee to fucking face, and Ben out.
Yeah.
And you're just watching, you're like, whoa. And the reason why I bring that up is because that's exactly what it felt like. I watched it.
Got knee to the face.
Dude, I watched that bar fall to his chest and was like, what the fuck happened? What happened? Like, but with that being said, it's okay.
Yeah.
Still love the guy. Guy's really, really nice. He's really, really fun.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, like, don't be like that.
Yeah, don't be like that. If you guys are going to implement something, implement it over a good amount of time, so this way you can actually generate a reason why you don't like it. If it doesn't like it, it doesn't feel good. Okay, well, there it is. My reasoning for going back to the bench press that I was doing was because, hey man, I've benched over 500 pounds in that original place. Why change what doesn't work, or why change what does work? You know?
Yeah.
It's not broken. I was like,
Is it?
it's broken for me. Anyway, so with that being said, do you have anything else? I think we're good to go. All right, guys. Thank you again. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe.
Help us grow.
Help us grow, guys. Please. We don't want to work our jobs anymore. No, just kidding.
Be nice.
It would be nice. But thank you guys. You guys take it easy. See you.